Hello and welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell, Youth Services Director at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library. I want to take a moment to thank TV47 and Robert especially for all they do for us, for helping us or allowing us to showcase our events and different activities at the library and in our community. So thank you, TV47. Today, a wonderful program, something we've been waiting for all year, is the Marble Festival will be coming up, and the chairman of the Marble Festival, Dr. Ted Spears, is joining me today. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I appreciate this, and I'm looking forward to this year's festival probably more so than any that we've had. And
oh, really?
We just have all sorts of excitement and things that will go on the 10 to 12 days that the festival is in operation.
Well, I'm really excited. This is the 10th anniversary festival. So for 10 years, this is great. It's April 3rd through the 14th. I just wanted to start, if I can read the mission statement on the flyer. I think this is a great way to tell people why we do this. It's the mission statement of the Marble Festival is to recreate the magic of marble through its artistic, commercial, and industrial applications. Can you expound on that a little bit?
Yeah, we chose that method of communication to take care of marble. Is that, the first commercial piece of marble that came out of the ground here was in 1844. Okay. And before that, the Shawnee Indians came here every year to get the stones for spears and arrows and make up whatever they were doing. And so it's been here a long time, and then after that, a few people were taking them for tombstones, and so we got a rich history. There's been all sorts of federal buildings, state buildings, major industries like telephone company, the gas company, all this built their buildings in certain places like New Orleans and Houston, with marble, and we found out that just all sorts of things. So in the last few years, we've found that marble is also being used in commercial products because they're looking for ingredients that are not unhealthy for the environment. And marble and marble products are one that fits that bill. So we're delighted that marble is going into bread and paint and fertilizer and fiberglass and cloth and just it's unlimited, about 3,000. Yeah, 3,000 different things. And so the commercial aspect of it is wonderful. The building aspect is wonderful, and the commercial aspect, the one that we emphasize, is so we have regained the momentum that someone started years ago, and this is named the Marble City, and we have reestablished that. And so now we've gone international, and we're just thrilled with the results of the Marble Festival.
Okay, that's great. I'm excited. I know when I was a little girl, I'm from here, I knew we were the Marble City. I knew there was a quarry, but then we didn't talk about it too much, or nothing was said much about it. But I wanted my girls to know, my children, and children now to know the beauty of what we have here in Sylacauga. So
well, that's one of the things we did when we started writing our grants for from the State Arts Council, that we put in the grants that we would leave one significant piece of marble sculpture somewhere in the city of Sylacauga, in the city domains, and we put them on the city grounds with the Sylacauga Emergent. We put them in the mayor's office. We put them in places throughout the library, and I suspect that the B.B. Comer Library has more marble sculptures than any other one location in the state of Alabama.
I think we probably do, and I'm there every day. You might be surprised at the people that come in to see the library and say, I've just heard about your sculptures and these are beautiful. They just come in and look around, so that's exciting. And during the Marble Festival, I've been able to do tours for children, and they enjoy it too, seeing the different sculptures and the meaning behind them. It's always a lot of fun.
I know that I remember among the first things is Westview Christian School out of Montgomery.
Yes.
And we have a Sylacauga connection that you can talk about with that.
Yeah.
But I was amazed at how impressed those teachers were and how nice those children were and how excited they were for the tour that you gave them through the Comer Library. And I thought, well, that girl could make a living doing tours. And it really turned out wonderfully. And it's good for the city, it's good for the library, it's good for the visitors who come, and it's certainly good for the reputation of Sylacauga that, hey, there's something really exciting going on in Sylacauga, and it's called the Marble Festival.
It is fun. There are a lot of activities. There are flyers available at the library or online. I know I've followed this on Facebook. There's a Facebook page, Sylacauga Marble Festival, that keeps you updated on all the events. The flyer is wonderful. It tells, and there's the dates, the 3rd through the 14th. There are a lot of events going on. There's a poster contest in the schools right now.
Yeah, well, we started that in the DMAC Corporation, the company here that builds automotive components.
Yeah.
They're sponsoring that, and in all the schools in the area, in Sycamore and Fayetteville and all the schools in Sylacauga in grades kindergarten through the 5th grade.
Okay.
And Knollwood School is also participating. And what we ask them to do is to do an art project and ask the children to draw or to paint or do something that would indicate their level of understanding of what marble is and what marble can do for us.
Right.
And we have been amazed at the beautiful paintings that we've had and the beautiful drawings or the little replicas building blocks type things that they've made from it. And I'm just thinking it is a great sort of thing, especially since in 1969, I believe, the state legislature voted marble, and think of we're the only place, in honor of the Sylacauga marble as the state rock. So, that's lost in history, and it's lost in, even though we teach Alabama history in the 4th grade, until we started this thing back. And because of that, we had a group of retired teachers we call the Marble Maniacs, who developed a curriculum on marble. And they said it was the 4th grade level, but we made it attractive to the 5th and 6th grade, and you also can use it in the 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade.
Right.
And so we put that in all the schools, and so we've reestablished marble as an important part of the educational component. And it's really a wonderful sort of thing that we just little things like that is what helped reestablish Sylacauga as the Marble City.
Right. The children have drawn the posters, but behind that goes the knowledge, what the teachers taught them about marble in Sylacauga, about the sculptures, the value of marble, what it's used in. So I can see in the posters a lot of knowledge there that they've had.
Yeah, that's
they've been
amazing.
taught.
I was really surprised. We wanted to do it as an activity or an extension of the curriculum. We put a PowerPoint and a syllabus and all that thing out there, but here we let them give it back to us, their concept of what they see as being marble and how it relates to their world.
Right, right. Well, we're going to pause now for a commercial break, and we'll be back to talk some more about the Marble Festival.
It's that time of year again, time to celebrate the magic of our history, the magic of the Marble City. Visit the 10th Annual Magic of Marble Festival, April 3rd through 14th. Watch sculptors from around the world at Bluebell Park. Buy your own piece of art at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library or take a quarry tour. For more information, visit bbcomerlibrary.net/Marble Festival or like us on Facebook at Sylacauga Marble Festival. Come celebrate the magic of our Marble City.
Marble City Pharmacy in Sylacauga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our knowledgeable pharmacists are always available for questions about your medications or advice on taking over-the-counter products and supplements. Our friendly staff can assist you in choosing from our full lines of compression hose and medical equipment. And don't forget our gift department. We have a great selection of unique gifts for every occasion. Stop by today and see us. Marble City Pharmacy, where your health comes first.
As a designated Champ City, Sylacauga is dedicated to being sure that every child has a healthy meal.
Join us in spreading the word that healthy meals are available to children 18 and under as a part of Get Healthy Talladega County's after school and summer meals program.
Remember, every meal matters.
So get up and get moving.
Get healthy, Sylacauga. Get healthy, Talladega County.
It all starts with you.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Dr. Ted Spears, the chairman of the Marble Festival, which is coming up April 3rd through the 14th. We talked about this being the 10th Marble Festival, and we've had 9 pieces of sculpture, or more than that really, put in the library and other places. And Robert is going to pull up some pictures pictures that we took of those, so we can talk some about those
Yeah.
if that's all right.
We have about 23 or 24 pieces of marble that are
Yeah.
as a result of the festival. But the pictures we're going to look at are the master sculptors from Italy.
Yeah.
And
This is the first one. We are all in the same boat by Reno Giannini. My Italian is terrible, so just not good. Yeah,
Well,
that is a beautiful piece.
We'd be better off if all these people had names like Smith and Jones. But
We'll do our
the
best.
Italians have a beautiful language
Beautiful
and
name.
beautiful names. But Reno was the first man we had, and this picture is an unfinished piece, and it's in the genealogy room at the library. And it really gets a lot of traffic, and a lot of people are interested and fascinated with it. And I know that the Deloach family gave us a Japanese tea table made out of marble,
Yes,
Japanese
it's
marble,
beautiful.
to put that on. And so it was just one of those wonderful things. They came in and saw it and said, rather than that wooden table, wouldn't you all like to have a piece of marble?
Well, yes,
And
that's beautiful.
Jim and Dorothy Deloach just put it right on us, and we're thrilled with it. It looks good.
Good. We're all in the same boat. And this is The Mask by Giovanni Balderi. He was
All the
great.
women know his name. I don't know what goes with that, but
I
we're
do.
thrilled. Giovanni is one of the most talented sculptors that we've had, and one of the most personable. And I think it's wonderful that all the women from age 3 to 300 love Giovanni.
That's true.
And so that is wonderful. And the mask was on loan to the Montgomery Museum of Natural Art for about 6 months. And I know the ladies at the library were upset about it because
We missed it.
They missed him. He's gone. When will he be back?
That's right.
And
that's
the
right.
mask is just one of our most popular things, and it's had international celebration because of the pictures and the fact that it was one of the featured sculptors for the Helen Keller dedication of the bronze that went in the Montgomery Museum.
Oh my goodness. That's great. That was from the 2010. There's Giovanni. In 2011, Giovanni was back. Is that correct? Yes.
Yes, and this is a picture of one of the guys that came with him, Francesco Gagliotti. And Gagliotti is so unique. We were lucky. They came together, and they were a wonderful team. But Francesco's great-grandfather set up a sculpting shop in Pietrasanta, and when he got old, he passed it on to Francesco's grandfather, and then his father got it. And 2 weeks before he came to Sylacauga, his father turned over the entire sculpting thing. So that's 4 generations of sculptors, and that's been growing, and it's just one of the wonderful people. And Gagliotti just added more to it, and to have somebody with that almost 150 years
Yes.
of sculpting in the family to come to Sylacauga was just wonderful.
It was great. And I don't know if we've explained, an Italian sculptor comes from Pietrasanta or somewhere in Italy, comes to Sylacauga for 10 days.
10
almost
days, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. They sculpt, they help the other sculptors from around the country who've come, they talk with them. It's a great experience. I enjoy getting to meet them as they come in the library too.
Yeah, and we've really been lucky. They do a wonderful presentation. They call them symposiums,
Yes.
and what it is a lecture, and they do the PowerPoint pictures with them, and tell the stories about it. So that is worked out beautifully. And fortunately, we have Francesco Rizzoni, who is a native of Pietrasanta, who now lives in Coosa County, and he's been in this country about 20 years. He helps us with the language, and he also comes and sculpts with us. So
Wonderful.
that was wonderful.
Well, the next piece is Sophie. That's also by Giovanni Balderi, and this was in 2011. Sophia Loren. Didn't he say she's the most beautiful woman?
Yeah, he's apparently he knows more about it than we do. When you look at the picture there, it's really beautiful, and they have a story to tell. But anyway, he felt that she was one of the most beautiful women that he had ever known and ever met, and she was an international movie star. And so if you want to see her, you can come to the BB Comer Library any day. She's there in all her glory.
Beautiful piece. You can't see there, but on the skirt, there's a lot of detailed drawings. Oh, and this is one of my favorites by Renzo Maggi.
Maggi.
Maggi. Penelope and Ulysses. That's Ulysses. there.
Renzo
That's-
Maggi was voted when the year before he came here one of the top 5 sculptors in all of Italy by the Italian television industry.
Wow.
And so it was just really wonderful. It was just I won't say it was a fluke, but we were just very fortunate to squeeze him in between commissions that he had. Just really wonderful. But he probably has done more for us. And this piece is Ulysses on one side, showing the U.S. and the fact that we're still considered young and kind of raw
Yes.
and a wilderness type.
Yes.
And then half of us is in the modern world. And then Penelope, he said that is the beauty of Italy, and that Italian women are the most beautiful in the world, and that they're going to solve it. But one interesting thing about him, he told the story about when he started sculpting for the first time, his folks sent him to school in Switzerland. And he said that there was about 17 students there in the school, and the sculptor came in with a pile of books and dumped them on the table the first day that they were there.
okay.
And he said, these are the classics in international literature. We're going to read them, and I'm going to explain to you what these are. Until we finish these books and you have an understanding of the great literature, you'll not sculpt at all, because until you get the knowledge, until you have the knowledge of why literature is so great, then and only then will we start looking at how you're going to recreate it.
Oh, okay.
And I never dreamed of how difficult that would be for people to start. And they not only have to understand great literature, they have to be great mathematicians, because you can't just you can, but the really masters, they understand math and measurements and geometry and 3 dimensions and
Yes.
all that sort of stuff that engineers know. So we get more than just somebody beating on a rock. We
That's
get
true.
some very well-educated people.
The next one is The Hero by Roberta Giovannini. I can't even say
That's
the rest of her
correct.
name.
Giovannini. You know, we were thrilled to have her when she got word that she was coming to Solocaga. She was in Istanbul on a vacation, and she cut her vacation short by a week in order to come here. And she did this one, the piece that she was here, called The Hero. And it's an honor to a man who lived across the street from her when she was growing up, who got up every morning and went to work and came back every afternoon, 7 days a week to prepare for his family. And she said, men like that are my heroes.
That's right.
And so I thought that was just fantastic.
It's a beautiful piece. 2014 is The Foot by Francesco Bartolacci.
Badalacci, that is absolutely right. And the foot, in Italian folklore, the foot is the beginning of man.
Yes.
That God started out with the foot, and if you didn't have the foot, you couldn't take the first step, and then everything else comes after that. And
foundation.
so the folklore is that the magic foot is how it all started in mankind. Of course, that's folklore, and he wanted to do that, and this one's on display in the genealogy room.
Right.
And he was an exciting young man, still in his late 20s when he came here.
Right.
And he brought that beautiful bit of Italian folklore that is really valuable.
That's great. Well, we're going to pause and take a commercial break, and we'll come back and look at the last few sculptures.
It's that time of year again, time to celebrate the magic of our history, the magic of the Marble City. Visit the 10th Annual Magic of Marble Festival, April 3rd through 14th. Watch sculptors from around the world at Bluebell Park. Buy your own piece of art at the B.B. Comer Memorial Library or take a quarry tour. For more information, visit bbcomerlibrary.net/Marble Festival or like us on Facebook at Sylacauga Marble Festival. Come celebrate the magic of our Marble City.
Not getting a good night's sleep? Come into King's Mattress Outlet in Sylacauga and let us help you get that good night's sleep you deserve. We carry the best quality mattresses at the best prices from Restonic, King Cole, and Park Place. Eurotop Queen mattresses start at $199. Check out our Restonic Cabot Eurotop mattress with 1,000 individually pocketed coils, marvelous middle for back support, and comfort gel memory foam. King's Mattress Outlet in Sylacauga. Best quality at the best prices.
Hello and welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Dr. Ted Spears, the chairman of the Sylacauga Marble Festival, who's having their 10th festival this year. We are very excited. We've been looking at some pictures of the last few sculptures that were placed in the library. And just to explain before we talk about this beautiful one here is every year for the Marble Festival, an Italian sculptor comes, lives in our city for about 2 weeks, sculpts, gets a piece of marble and they sculpt in the park across from Bluebell.
Absolutely.
So you're welcome to go by and look at them. Now, sculptors from around the country, and I hear this year from around the world. Is that correct?
Yes, we've got a young woman from Uruguay registered, and we have one from Venezuela. Then we will have one or two from the western states, and a third one that from France who indicated that she would be here, but I have not received anything. So, but we're having an international taste in it because we get people from Canada every year. We get people from all the western states, of course, with Italy, and we've had sculptors from France, and we've had them from.
Originally from China.
Oh yeah! Oh gosh, I'm glad you mentioned that. We had 3 people from who just came to this country from China 3 years ago, and they came here, and one of their friends who also worked with Environmental Protection Agency in Atlanta came with them to serve as a translator. Last year they came on their own, and this year they're coming back, and they're just delightful people. And we found out that they have shops in 3 or 4 different places in China that they're running from their iPhones while they're here in Sylacauga sculpting and eating Bluebell ice cream.
Oh yeah, but it's so much fun. They all set up at the park across from Bluebell, and I enjoy going by, look at what they've carved one day, go another a couple of days later and see what they're carving and see how it's changed, and they're always so friendly and so nice. And let's not forget Craig Brown, our resident sculptor, Dale Liner from Sylacauga Sculpts, and Frank Murphy, who lives in Georgia now, but is a hometown Sylacauga boy.
Yeah, these are really wonderful sculptors, and what we do to attract sculpting marble is a very expensive item, and the Marble Festival provides a free piece of marble for each person to sculpt on, and they can either take it with us, or sell them, or do whatever they want to. And we also, the American Legion people, give them a place to sleep and provide them coffee and breakfast. And they're heavily involved in this, and veterans of foreign wars. And so these people can come to Sylacauga, get special rates in a motel, like Rexy Lights at the Town Inn gives them a special deal. And they can stay free in the American Legion, and we have people in the community, for anybody who wants to stay in a private home, who take them in. And so they can come and get free marble, they can sculpt, we furnish all the tables, the pneumatic tools, whatever they need, and it's just a wonderful opportunity, and that's what they appreciate, because they can sometimes afford to take the 2 weeks off or the 1 week off, but they can't afford to do that and pay an expensive motel bill and pay for marble and all that. So this has just been one thing that has caught the fancy of the sculpting world.
And they can come and work together and learn from each other.
Absolutely.
I think that's great. Well,
I think that's a big part of it, learning from each other.
Well, let's go over the last few sculptures before we run out of time. This is Elena Mutinelli in 2015.
Yeah, she was one of the hardest working people, and since she came here, now we sent her to Auburn University. She did a symposium there and talked to the people in the School of Liberal Arts. But since then, on the publicity of coming here and being able to go to Montgomery and visit the Montgomery Museum of Modern Art, and then go to Auburn and perform, she has just really taken off as a sculptor, and has had 2 or 3 big shows in France and in northern Italy, and maybe in Czechoslovakia. And it's just been a wonderful opportunity for us to say that, hey, we gave that girl her start.
Yes, yes.
So that's.
And there's Giovanni came back again in this beautiful piece called The Nest.
Yeah.
It's lovely. I enjoyed that. We're going to go on through the next ones. Let's see. Next is Stefano Pierotti.
Pierotti, yeah.
Pierotti, Sylacauga Awakening. This is also at the library. That's a beautiful piece.
Stefano did this one because he understands the thing, kind of like Sylacauga merging, is that also he wanted to do this young woman showing her asleep, but semi coming awake, and he worked on this, and he left some beautiful pieces, and this was the centerpiece that he left with us.
Great. This is who's coming this year.
Marcello Giorgi. Marcello was born in Pietrasanta. He was trained there, and he's looking. He presently is doing a commission in Montreal, and he'll be flying from Montreal into Sylacauga. Well, not into Sylacauga, into Atlanta next Sunday, Easter Sunday, and he will be with us for 2 weeks. And he is well known all over the Western Europe, and Canada, and so we're going to see that he gets the same attention in the United States.
Wonderful. That's great. Here are a few of our other pieces. There's our own Craig Brown with the piece Once Upon a Time that's on the lawn at the library. A beautiful piece.
Yeah, this was done in honor of former Mayor Curtis Lyles, who was responsible for seeing that the library on that particular site was able to come up with the money and get the grants and the land that houses our beautiful library. And so Mr. Lyles, that's certainly wonderful recognition for him and the part that he did. But he never realized he's going to have anything this great going on. But
it's a beautiful piece.
Wonderful.
And there's Sylacauga Emerging by Craig Brown.
I think that this piece will probably represent what Sylacauga means. That we had some bad years, and now we're carving ourselves out of losing the fertilizer industry and losing the textile industry, losing the pipe shops and all those things, but we are living with what God has given us, and that is just a beautiful supply of white marble, the best that's found anywhere in the world.
Yes, and so everybody needs to drive out to the observation point. It's on the way to Fayetteville, but it's only about a mile. There are signs. It's a beautiful place to look. You can see the big hole in the ground, kind of is what I call it, but it's an old quarry.
Emery's went in with their equipment last week and cleaned that up and fixed it. The city redid the marble road that leads down to the observation site, and that's just a wonderful thing that we're trying to put on all the tours.
Good.
It was just a wonderful opportunity for people to see the original hole, and this is the particular quarry that Giuseppe Moretti got the piece for the Head of Christ that is now in the Archives and History Building in Montgomery.
Wow. Well, we are almost out of time. I just want to encourage people to please pick up a brochure and call the mayor's office to arrange for a tour at Omnia, Emerus, or Sylacauga Marble. Those tours, you can arrange for those by calling the mayor's office and pick up the brochure.
Those tours are free, and they're certainly educational, and I encourage everyone to just pick one of them, or you can pick them all, and there's no cost for it, and we will have a person that will be riding the bus with them and explaining what's going on and what have you. And
well, thank you so much for all you do for us.
Thank you for doing such a wonderful job of notifying the people that we have a fantastic marble festival going on in Sylacauga. Thank you so much, Mandy.